Guys, it's Anthony Romrell, and in this video, we're going to set up a Git, Unity, and Maya pipeline. So let's get started here. We're going to start by going to github.com and creating a repository. You could do it in Git Kraken as well. There's no reason not to, right? So we're just going to come over here. I'm going to hit this plus button, and I'm going to say create new repository, right? And that's just going to take it just a second to load up. And I have one called projects for the animation class. This one we're going to call game projects. Okay, that's taking just a second to load up here. So we're going to call this game projects. Okay. We're going to choose public visibility. We are going to init it with a README file. We are going to do a git ignore. We're going to type in Unity as a default. And we're not going to add any licenses, right? Then we're going to simply hit create repository. It will take a minute and create a repository for us. While that's happening, let's jump on over to Git Kraken. So in Git Kraken, we're going to clone that particular repository. First, what you need to do is make sure you go to your settings and that under integrations, you have GitHub connected and an SSH key added. All right, let's go on back here. It looks like our repository is completed. We're going to click on code. We're going to copy this URL to the clipboard. We're going to go back to Git Kraken. We're going to go to clone, and we're simply going to put a URL here, copy and paste that. Make sure this repository is not in a drive. For example, so I have mine in a Git repos folder in my user folder, in the users folder on the hard drive. Now, what does that mean? It simply means don't put your things if you're on a PC on OneDrive or Google Drive or on a Mac on iCloud. Those are also repositories. Those are also version control. So you want to keep those out of there. Okay. So I'm going to just hit open on this folder. I'm just going to let it name it for me, game projects, and I'm going to click clone the repo. It's going to take just a second. And if it turns green, we've done it right. It's going to say it's done successfully. Open now. Perfect. Now, the next step we're going to do is make sure the LFS is working. So we're going to go to our preferences, scroll on down to LFS, initialize LFS. I already know we're going to use images, so we'll start with a star.png. We'll add that tracking pattern. And anytime we want to add a tracking pattern, we put a star, a dot, and then the name of that extension that we want to track. Most of the time, we put binary data here, it's like audio files for as an example. So we could put a star.aiff as an example of an audio file. Perfect. Let's exit those preferences. Let's add a Unity project. So we're going to jump on over to Unity Hub. I'm currently using Unity 6, or 6.0 or 6000, whatever it's called. We'll do a new project here. And you could choose how you want to do this, but we're going to start with a Core 3D project. So let's click on Core 3D. Let's give it a name, right? And let's select a location. So I'm going to click on this icon here, and I'm going to put it in my Git repos under, should be game projects. There it is. New folder. I'm going to give this a name. Let's call this adventure game. Well, let's call this, I don't know, just going to call it something 3D, generic 3D game. You can call it what you'd like. You can name your repo what you'd like. You can name your folder, your game what you'd like. Okay. So there it is, all set. Make sure that you have the right cores. And for now, really what I care about is just building to the Mac. You guys are going to want to build on a PC or other platforms. That's okay. So we're going to hit create project, and it will sit and build out a project for us. It's going to take a minute to open this up. So, of course, it's not going to open right up. It's going to finish creating it. Once this is done, we can double click it. There it goes. Start the engine. Start the engine. That's hilarious. All right. I've got a thing that says, I can't record Unity just yet. I'm not sure what that means. Don't know if it matters. We'll take a minute for this engine to load. All right, so we've got Unity installed. Let's go to Git Kraken and see what we got here. So I have thousands of files, right? A couple of things we're going to want to start ignoring right away. Okay. So assets, metadata, we want those. LFS, that's correct. So we scroll down here, this WETEL, these wilts, we don't necessarily want that. So we'll right click and we'll say ignore. We're going to ignore anything with that extension on it. Ignore and stop tracking. Okay. That's not helping a whole lot. Really, we want to ignore the library. But what this has done is it's given a modified git ignore. So let's just do a little quick mod. For some reason, it doesn't like these slashes. We're going to edit these files. So we're going to remove these slashes. I got this Grammarly icon right in front of me right here. How lovely, right? So I'll bounce my mouse up and get rid of these slashes here. Okay, not the bracket, the slash. Oh, come on. Okay, so these slashes all go away. Or you can't see it because of that silly Grammarly icon. It's trying to be helpful, right? I like Grammarly, but now it's in the way. Okay, we're going to save that file. And let's look. That fixed it, right? There's some other things we want to ignore, like an idea folder you're going to see. For the most part, guys, it's fixed, right? It's just a matter of ignoring the right folders. So we're just gonna hit commit and change, and we're gonna say updated ignore, and don't commit thousands of files, right? And we're just gonna commit that, push it out, see if it'll work, and if we got a good push, we're gold. And there we go. And you can see that we can come to LFS, and we could say push all LFS files. Okay, it's given us an error on the LFS. We'll come back and make some corrections as we need to. It's probably an access error, right? But for now, we'll leave that alone. We'll deal with that another day. We've got our main setup done. Now, next thing we're going to want to do is add a Maya project to this Unity folder. So we're going to go to Maya. We're going to go to Set Project. And we're going to pull this out and go into our game projects, into our game, into the project itself, into the assets folder. We're going to create a new folder, call it Maya, create, open that up, and it's going to say create default workspace. That is correct. And then we're going to do one more thing in Maya, and that is we're going to go to project window and accept it. That'll make the appropriate folders, even though it won't add that all to GitHub. We'll come on in here, and look at that. It's added workspace ML and project settings updated. Great. We're going to stage all those, and we're going to say added Maya project. Hit that, push it out, and our repo is set up to make games in Unity and have Maya files ready to go. Now, let's just look at that file structure one more time. So I'm going to go to my Finder. For you, it's the Explorer. Okay, we're going to go to Git repos, essential resources here. Okay, and let's see, name. That was game project. So we have our 3D game folder. We have our actual Unity project. We have the assets folder. We have the actual Maya project with all the appropriate folders. We're good to go.